Well, we have a few jobs to do today on the S-Type. And here they are. There's this top hose. That may not get done today. There's a sensor that goes on to the transmission that detects the position of the, sorry, not the position, I believe the speed of the torque converter. We have a washer pipe here. Mine's broken. We have wiper cap, but I've already dealt with that. I just happen to have a spare one now. Got an oxygen sensor to do. Got a few plastic clips to do on the front bonnet trim, and a fuel filter. I also do need to do the upstream oxygen sensor. This is the downstream, as that is also giving me an error. So that's something I need to get sorted out today. Let's get on with it and see how much we get done.
Okay, I've decided the first job to do is the catalytic converter. So we need to unplug it here. He says, if I can get it unplugged. Yeah, everything's busted on this. Not sure how lucky I'm going to be getting it undone. Got it. All right. So now let's get my tool. I happen to like this one. I think it's a really good spanner. And this baby's going to be hot because I've just been for a drive. There we go. Oh, look at that. Undone. That's the problem. You see, this is an aftermarket converter, and whoever put it in really didn't give it a great deal of thought. So it's awkward to get it out. Now, I'm not sure how hot this is going to be for me. Let's see. Oh, well, it doesn't seem too bad. I haven't got asbestos hands, but they're not soft. However, this keeps biting. Oh, don't you love it when it does that? Yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, no. So it's going to fight me all the way. Great. Just what I bloody well need. Loose enough. A lot of people, for some reason, don't think about this, and they'll connect this wire first, which is totally the wrong thing to do. Because all you do is you end up twisting the wires and then breaking it. All you got to do is feed it around a few times. Right. This apparently is buggered. So, got a nice new one. Mr. Bosch. Well, Mr. Bosch, I would have thought you would have come with some RTCs. But no. Guess you think you're too clever. Let's get this. I'm going to have to put some anti-seize on it because I don't want this baby stuck in there. Wow. So I don't think these. Oh, can't get the angle. And that's going to damage this. Must be fractionally longer. It is. It's about a quarter of an inch longer. Right, hang on a second. This should have been a 5-minute job. And it's going to turn into a fucking nightmare. I very much doubt I can push that transmission over. I don't need to push it over far. Can I push the exhaust over? Probably not. Worst case scenario, I'll have to undo the exhaust up there. That is not something I want to do. That's as solid as a rock. Oh dear. I wonder if I get a piece of wood in here, if I could just hold the transmission over a little bit. Just for a few moments while I get this in. It looks like I've got to undo the exhaust up there so that I can move it over. Put the sensor in. It's still very hot at the moment, so I'm going to let that cool down. Meanwhile, I'm going to do another job. I'm going to change here the knock sensor or speed sensor, whatever you want it is, whatever it's called, whatever it was. Oh, great! This is wonderful. Well, this is one thing. Hopefully, I can do it for the moment. Oh, that's a ridiculously long screw. That's what you said last night. Right, that's the old one. There's my new one. There it is. Or if you want to know, that screw is a T30. What appear to be. Right, it just didn't feel right, so I'm going to take it out and check it. Okay. Just because of the rubbery bit, I guess. It just didn't feel good. But it does lock into place. Okay. I'm going to I better put some penetrant on those. Right. Maybe that'll help. Well, I bet the fucking thing leaks afterwards. Well, there you are. Even though when I'd undone the exhaust, I managed to get the sensor in there, but I could see it was going to bang up against the transmission. Now, granted, that wouldn't have been much because everything should, in theory, move together, but I didn't want it vibrating against it. So I just ground a little piece off that rib on the transmission. Much neater job here too. Forget where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. So that's a much neater job now than it was. Next will be to replace the upstream one. And then... Right, next job is to replace the fuel filter. Now, I don't know if this has ever been done, but I'm going to do it anyway. For it, you're going to need these tools. A pair of side cutters, a 10mm, and a T30. Why? Because this arch cover has to come off to get to the filter, which is hidden there. Why they couldn't use just one single type of fixing in this wheel arch, God only knows. Assholes. Anyway, that's what I got to do, so let's get the cover off. So with these, just two of those. Simple, just up in here. And now, there's another one here. Another 10mm, but this is a bolt. Oh, God. There's another one. Sorry, we can see my back, but I will show you where these are. Another one of these things, poppy studs. Right, come with me. Right, there's one there, and there is another one. If I can get you here, and another one up there. I'm not going to bother showing you that one. So that gets this kind of loose. Oh, and there's another one of those pulley pin things. Another one of them pulley pin things there. Right. Another pulley pin thing here. Then these screws here. Let's get those. Right, I think I've undone everything. Oh, one more screw. Hopefully this will come out. I have noticed it's got a couple of splits in it. Let's see if I can repair them, but I may not be able to. But we'll give it a shot. Now, let me bring you in closer. There is the fuel filter. Okay. Anything else in here of interest? Not really. Bit of a bugger if your turn signal bulb goes. What about up in here? What's up in here? Don't know. Where's my light? Yeah. There is a spare connector here for something. Who knows what? Another one up there that seems to be plugged off. Well, nothing spectacular in here. Okay. So there will be pressure on this fuel line. There isn't a valve to relieve the pressure, so just be prepared for it to go psh and drip. Okay, let me, first of all, I'm going to undo this bolt, and then it'll just unhook from up here. And, well, then we can get the hoses off. That's an 8mm. You can tell that without even getting a wrench out. Okay, I have been struggling with this. I didn't know how these clips came apart. Eventually I figured it out. So I've ended up breaking one of them, but I think I've got a spare, so that's not a problem. With this type, you need pliers across there and you squeeze. And as you squeeze, you see inside, hang on. Inside there, you see this. Hang on, no, you can't, can you?
inside there, you see there's that clear plastic colour. No, sort of. Anyway, so you end up squeezing across the top of here and across the bottom here. That, I don't know if I can show you. Let me see if I can show you what happens on the inside when you do it. I can't really show it much, but by doing this, it's squeezing the clip, which is expanding it. I really can't show you. It's... Hang on, let me try. Really am struggling with this fucking car today. It's not a good day. Right, now can you see that moving? See that moving? That releases it. So that's what you need to do. I did not know that. So if, I mean, there are various types. I mean, I'd got this tool out ready, thinking this was the type where you slide it in, you know, but no, it wasn't that type. Can't say I'd met this type before. I have now, and for the future, I will know. Yeah, what a pain in the ass. Hopefully I've got a spare clip. If not, maybe my local AutoZone will. I got to try and... no, I can't get the pipe out. All right, I'm just going to have to try and figure out what I got.